Hello everyone, my name is Haoxiang Wang. I'm from China and today I will present my final project. For the introduction, the process of interpreting, applying, and resolving conflicts regarding collective bargaining agreements is called contract administration. In unionized workplaces, contract administration is likely the most frequently used of the major labor relations processes and may even occur over every day. Once a union contract is in place, rights disputes are disagreements over whether someone's rights as specified in the contract has been violated. For the case description, I chose case 2 for consideration of seniority and ability. The Picasso company intends to recruit a first shift leader according to the petition presented by the first shift employees. After considering the qualifications for the position, there are two persons at the list. The manager and the supervisor find it hard to agree on which candidate is better, yet they do have some views on the two candidates. The elder applicant serves as first-class machinist and has some experience in shift leader, while the younger candidate serves as the second class and has less experience than the elder candidate do. As for innovative communication skills, decision-making abilities, and scheduling flexibility, it seems that the younger candidate is more qualified for the job. However, there was no record of a second-class machinist ever being promoted to leader. In this case, the manager and the supervisor Hatch did some evaluation in order to make the decision. In terms of flexibility and communication concerns, Elder was unable to make changes in time schedule because he was in carpool. Also, Elder refused to operate the machine with a longer circle time. In short, Elder is unwilling to make changes. Additionally, Elder is less initiative because he usually took action only when he is asked. At last, the factory manager selected Younger for the first shift leader position. Surprisingly, Elder filed grievance claiming the company violated the collective bargaining agreement by failing to give full consideration to his seniority and qualifications and by promoting the more junior employer. According to the contract provision, the corporation agrees to give full consideration to seniority and the qualifications of employees in filling such one cases. For personal position, in this case, I need to develop a case for the contention that the selection of Mary Younger did not violate the contract. One of the responsibilities of human resource manager is to ensure that the company select the optimal candidate for each position without violation of contract. As is mentioned in the background material, the second and third shift leader position were awarded to the senior applicant that majority of the time and no grievances were ever filed when the last senior person was selected. So it can be concluded that there is no provision in the contract which clearly mentions that the senior employee enjoys priority when it comes to the selection. Additionally, Younger was rated as qualified for machinist first class but had not received a promotion because of a lack of one cases. Since Elder filed a grievance claiming that the selection violated the collective bargaining agreement by promoting the more junior employee, measures need to be taken and solve this problem. For the select app selection criteria. Selection criteria is necessary in selection since it contributes to candidate evaluation. Qualifications differ from position to position. Thus, The HR manager is obliged to set up specific selection criteria for the position and made it clear to all the candidates. Corporation should post the official criteria on its bulletin boards. More importantly, the standard needs to be qualified to demonstrate. According to the performance, the candidate will get grades for their qualifications respectively. At the end of evaluation, the manager can sum up the grades and select the candidate who gets the highest grade. Further improve equity. Considering the fact that companies do encounter problems that it may be difficult to promote and qualified immediately employee immediately says there may be no vacancy for the position. However, the qualified employee has the right to be promoted, which seems contrary to the situation the company made. One of the ways to solve the problem is that put the person on the reserve list. Employees on the list enjoy part of the rights that the regular senior class enjoys as compensation. For instance, the person on the reserve list is equal to the senior employee when it comes to selection. The reason why they enjoy this kind of right is that they have already possessed the qualification as the senior employees do. Expect the right for selection. There can be differences in salary since companies cannot afford more cost outside the plan. The employees on the serve list will not earn higher wages until they have been promoted officially. The case that the selection of Mary Younger did not violate the contract. After setting the standard and improving equality, Mary Younger will possess the right to be selected as a first shift leader. Since Mary was rated qualified for machinist first class yet not be promoted officially, Mary Younger still enjoys the right to participate in the campaign without being doubted that junior employees should not be promoted. Besides, the manager and the supervisor regard innovative communication skills, decision-making abilities, and scheduling flexibility as selection criteria of the position. So the only thing they need to do is to consider the qualification of the two candidates on the scope of the criteria. For example, each factor accounts for 25% of the 4 marks, so each criteria will account for 25 out of 100. After evaluation, manager and supervisor are obliged to grade for each criteria. Obviously, the result will turn out to be the same as what they expect. Mary Younger will get higher grade. Thus, Mary Younger will be promoted and the selection will not violate the contract. And these links and books are my references. Thank you everyone for your time.